Sasha, how do we understand women?
How? Well, it depends. You're asking from your perspective or because a
I've-
lot of women don't understand themselves.
Yeah,
so-
because for me, I feel like I've always had to be a mind reader when it comes to
Yeah.
women. They say, for example, you're ordering dinner. They go, oh, no, I don't want anything. Then you order the food and then they go, why didn't you think of me? Why didn't you order something? And I'm like, what is going on right now? And that's a simple example, but there's so many more examples out there.
That is a good example. Let me interrupt you before
Yeah.
you go too far because the best way I can answer that is just by dissecting that statement.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's so many little landmines as a man you can fall into there, which you know. So when you ask a woman, what do you want for dinner? The first, from your perspective, you might be a bit being considerate or you might just not be thinking. You just want to have dinner,
Yeah.
right? So for a woman living in the masculine world, right, this world has been made for men by men. So especially if she's a working woman or even if she isn't, she has decision-making overload, right? And women do not like making decisions. That's one of the first rules.
Why not?
Because it creates a strain and a responsibility, and they don't like to make decisions for men. Okay. This creates a strain on the nervous system to have that responsibility. And so they want to feel the safety from a man. So instead of asking, what do you want for dinner, which straight away she's sort of thinking, what does she want to eat? She doesn't want to seem greedy. She wants to consider you. So a woman is always considering everyone. Okay. That's how women are biologically designed. And they're also conditioned in this way to sort of not be selfish or not seem sort of, like to take up too much space. So what you could do instead to reduce some of this drama is to provide her with two options. You can say, darling, would you like to have Italian or Chinese for dinner? I'll book it. Okay. So this is providing a woman with a structure. So this is what a woman really craves and needs from a man is structure. So then she can be creative and, have the freedom and I guess the safety to choose.
See, what's thrown me off is I get you.
Yeah.
But then there's been times where I've made a decision and it's the wrong decision.
Yeah.
And it's like, still, I need to be a mind reader and I'm trying to be a mind reader, but then I'm still getting the decision wrong. And it's like, I'm just not going to bother anymore.
Yeah. And so that's a really common thing as well. So in this instance, your partner is likely that she's testing you, right? So she's testing how strong you are on that decision and she's testing strength and safety. So a woman is always looking out for threats, right, from a nervous system level. And the premise of everything I do with my training and my work with men is based on the nervous system. Our nervous system is thousands of years old. It's a legacy system. And it pretty much works the same way as it did when we were hunters and gatherers, right? So men were hunters. They were always reserving their energy until it was a time to kill or go into battle. Okay, that's how they survived and they switched off from fear. Whereas a woman, they were gatherers, right? So they needed to use their intuition. They needed to look up after other women and children in the tribe in case the men didn't come back, and then they needed support. So that's how they survived. So your wife or your partner, your girlfriend, she's always thinking of everyone else. Even if she doesn't seem like it, she's always doing it, and she's always looking for safety or for danger, right? More so than a man would be. Okay. And, and these, like if we sort of learn these common rules, even though they seem a little bit like, hunter-gatherer days, you'll find that everything fits within this framework. So what she wants most from you is strength and safety. And she's always going to test that safety, right? She's going to test if she pushes back on your decisions, right? If you're making the wrong decision. And I'm doing this movement because it feels like that. It's sort of like this energy interplay. She's seeing if you're confident enough. How confident are you with this decision? It's just dinner, but she's sort of testing you. How confident are you in protecting us and our children, right? And this is not a conscious thing. If you ask your partner, she might sort of, be a little bit confused. This is an unconscious mechanism.
Women are interesting creatures. So if you're making the wrong decision and she's testing you, So it's like she wants you to kind of stand your ground on that. Like, you know, this is what we're having for dinner. Is that what she's wanting?
She wants to feel it's the right decision. So she's showing her uncertainty, right? So so a woman will always follow you. Your wife will always follow you. When I use the word wife, you can replace it with your girlfriend or your long-term partner. She's always following your lead, okay? Because the man is a leader in the relationship on a biological level. So it may not feel like she's always following you because she's questioning your decision making, right? But if you don't feel certain in what you're doing, if you're not strongly passionate about, you know, going to dinner, you know, having Italian for dinner, and she feels like you're doing it to please her, or you don't really want to take her out for dinner, she's going to test that, right? So she wants to feel your energy, right? Her nervous system is just following you. She's like tethered to you basically like a Wi-Fi.